And I'm Bella.
If your cooking skills are stuck in a rut, we're here to help.
If your kitchen has seen better days, we'll show you how to fix it.
We'll give you recipes, hacks, and the confidence to own your kitchen again.
Oh my God!
This is Sammy and Bella's Kitchen Rescue.
We're here to meet Kimberly and Jonathan, who are busy parents with 2 tiny tots.
And when it comes to food, they all have their likes and dislikes, but one thing they agree on is that they love Italian food.
Hi, I'm Kimberly and this is my husband Jonathan, and we have 2 young children, a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old.
Hi! Thank you for having us.
Yeah. All right, come on in.
Okay,
Hey,
Here we are.
this is the kitchen.
yes.
It's beautiful.
It looks like it's brand spanking new. Do you even need a rescue?
We do.
Your kids, what do they like to eat?
A little bit picky with what they eat, so we do tend to eat a lot of rice, a lot of pasta.
My son is actually gluten-free. We obviously need to make sure that foods that we're giving him don't have, because he can have a bit of reaction.
So what are your favourite foods?
I love Malaysian food, Indian food. It's my heritage.
We try to cook a lot of veggies, but this guy loves his meat.
Right, so let's raid your cupboards. Which one's the pantry?
This little
Right
tiny
over
one here.
Yes.
Oh, just this?
This.
For a family of 4?
That's right.
All right. Wow, you've got a lot of food in there.
Sure is.
How do you find things in there?
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Thing. I actually don't even really know what's up the back.
Really?
Because it's like I just use what's in that front row.
Oh, okay.
So we may have some things that are maybe out of date.
I hope not, but maybe.
Better not have anything out of date in here.
Hope not.
There's a lot of plastic boxes and bowls that are cling wrapped. Is that all leftovers?
Yes,
We
it
tend to
is.
have a lot of leftovers. Jonathan likes to take things to work the next day.
Yeah.
So
The food is so good at dinner time, so I love to, enjoy it.
Oh, that's a beautiful compliment.
thanks, babe.
Now you've got the kids' drink. That looks like a smoothie in there.
Oh, I'm not sure how long that one's been.
Really? Yeah, no, this definitely... Whoa, that smells funky. That is actually funky.
Oh, no.
It's definitely going lid back on first of all. So lots of containers with leftovers. They might need a little bit of labelling help. And you'll see you've got leftover rice as well, which I love that you haven't thrown it out because there is so many great dishes that you can create with leftover rice. I think we can definitely rescue your kitchen, but first of all, you should come to our kitchen HQ so we can teach you a couple of things.
Sounds great.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're really keen to show Kimberly and Jonathan how to add more veggies to meals, share some tasty new slow-cooked recipes, and dip into his Malaysian Indian heritage for inspiration. Right now, we're taking them to Kitchen Rescue Central to transform a delicious slow-cooked recipe into a fast and easy meal.
Jonathan, we know you're guilty of being a total meat lover.
Yes, I am.
So we've got a lamb shank curry which we're making. Now, I know that you've said you've tried to make slow-cooked dishes before, but they just take a bit too long. So this is actually a really quick and easy version. And we've got a very nifty trick for you. We're going to brown off the meat and then we're going to pressure cook it after that. So it's actually going to cut the cooking time. It's going to be nice and fast for you. Shall we get started?
Let's do it.
All right, so first of all, let's set the machine to high temperature sear. And then we're going to brown off the meat. So if you want to pop some oil in,
Yep.
just give it a good drizzle. And we're going to start searing off the lamb and getting that beautiful brown caramelised flavour.
Yep.
Right, last shank goes in. And the great thing about this machine is that it can sear and brown as well as slow cook or pressure cook. So you're doing everything in the one pot.
That's great.
Okay, I'm going to get the spices ready. So we've got some turmeric, cinnamon, and now cumin. And we're adding lots of spices because we want it to be a really complex and delicious curry. Coriander as well, a couple of bay leaves, and we've got some cardamom pods as well. Now these are very strong in flavour, so we only need 2. So we'll give this a little mix together, and that's going to be ready to add soon to the all-in-one.
All right, I'm going to give the lamb shanks a flip. I want them to be brown on all sides, and that's really going to help build the flavour. And in the meantime, we're going to chop our onions and garlic and ginger.
Don't cry, Jonathan. You don't actually have to chop them yourself.
Yeah, but look, he's very far away from where the
Yes.
chopping actually happens because he's so tall.
She's so tall. So you're not going to get any of those onion gases making you cry.
And that's perfectly chopped onions, garlic and ginger. All right, let's pull out these lamb shanks because they're perfectly browned now. Out they come. And in go our chopped onions, etc.
Okay, now that we've got the onions in, this is the perfect time to add in the spices. And the spices are going to warm up and enhance the flavours. So Bella, can you put that in for me?
There they go in. Gets a little bit of a stir. You just want to saute that for a couple of minutes so the flavours all come out of the spices.
Now we're going to also add in some coriander. We've got the roots and the stems, and we're going to save the leaves for garnish later.
And next we're going to go in with our pasta sauce. Now I know that sounds a little bit unusual, but you can actually use a pasta sauce that's made from really beautiful quality tomatoes in almost any dish from anywhere around the world, including an Indian dish. And I know that your son can have reactions sometimes to some dodgy additives, but this sauce is really good because there's nothing artificial or colours, flavours, anything like
fantastic.
that. So he should be perfectly fine.
Great.
All right, lamb shanks go in now. And we're going to pop the lid on and we're going to pressure cook it now.
Okay.
You can slow cook in this machine, but the pressure cooking function is such a time saver, and I know how important that is to you.
It is.
And when you pressure cook, you reduce the cooking time by about 60%. And lamb shanks do take a little bit of love and a little bit of time, so it's going to really help you guys out. Okay, now I'm going to set it to meat for 45 minutes. It's just set and forget.
Excellent.
Great.
We're back at Kitchen Rescue Central to put the final touches on our super quick lamb shank and tomato curry.
So our lamb curry is nearly ready, but Jonathan, I know that you are the rice cooker in the house. Are you a professional?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm that bad.
How would you rate his rice when he cooks it? 10 out of 10?
I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Sometimes a little dry, but it's better than what I can do.
But Jonathan, what would you rate Kimberly's rice cooking?
Well, probably a 6, I think. I do like mine, my rice a little bit more grainy, not so gluggy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, look, rice is pretty easy to cook, but understandably, you guys are quite competitive, obviously.
Yeah.
But Kimberly, I've got a great option for you, and this is actually a basmati rice, which is pre-steamed, so it's a quick alternative to traditional cooking methods. All you have to do is open up the pack and pop it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes.
Right, guys, it's just gone off, so it's finished. We can let the pressure dissipate slowly by itself, or we can release the valve to make it go quick. So if you just want to stand away, because it's going to get steamy, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. It's actually a really safe machine, and there's a lock on the lid, so you won't even be able to open it until all of the pressure is dissipated. All right, let's open it up.
Okay,
You ready for the smell?
ready.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. Oh, it smells so good.
It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Well, the curry's ready, the rice is also ready. Let's serve it up.
Let's go.
What does the Metasaurus think?
Can't wait to get in right now.
How good is that sauce? And see how beautifully all the veggies are chopped?
Yeah, yeah.
It smells just amazing, and that meat is perfectly falling off the bone.
We've got this gorgeous curry. Now we can't have a curry without our rice.
That's
So
right.
this is ready to serve. Easy.
Let's go.
A little bit of garnish on top, and I think it's ready to eat.
Kimberly and Jonathan are busy parents, and sometimes they've only got 5 minutes to make dinner. So we've got a simple hack on how to make something out of nothing. It's pretty much just pantry staples and a few leftovers from the fridge.
So starting off, we've got a family-sized pack of steamed brown rice, which is ready to go. And you can pop this in the microwave, or we've got a leftover curry sauce. We're actually going to heat this up in the pan with the sauce. You can use any leftover sauce from stir fries or casseroles. Just pop it in with the rice to warm up.
Right, a little bit of leftover roast chicken, just picked off the bones. and some frozen peas, which are a fantastic staple to keep in your kitchen too.
All right, I'm going to turn this on to warm up. It's bubbling. And because all the ingredients are already cooked, you just need to warm it through. So it's ready to eat.
And that is a fantastic 5-minute dinner, all made from leftovers and a few pantry and freezer staples.
This recipe is for a khichdi, which is a traditional Indian dish, but Bella and I have taken a couple little shortcuts to make it an easy dish for you guys to make. And we're going to start off with the holy trinity of Indian cooking, which is onion, ginger and garlic.
All right, next we're putting in some butter to the pan. Can I have that, please? Thank you. And the onions go in. Now, I'm not putting any salt in with this because we actually want the onions to fry. So we want them to get a lot of colour and we want that moisture to cook out quite quickly. All right, that's looking good. Now we're going to pop a whole bunch of beautiful spices in there. So we always start with the whole spices. So I've got mustard seed, which is one of my favourite things to cook with. Cumin seed. Just going to let that cook for a little bit.
Come in, don't be shy.
Yeah, come and smell it. Does it smell like Mum's cooking?
Oh, it sure does.
You're going to let Kimberly have a smell or what?
Of course, yeah. She loves my mum's cooking as well, so.
Yeah?
Once the whole seeds have toasted off a bit and you get that fragrance, that's when we add in our ground spices. So I've got ground coriander, and last but not least, turmeric. Now, it's really important that you don't fry turmeric too much because it's a very delicate spice that can burn quickly. Essentially, this is like an Indian fried rice. It's quick, it's easy, we throw it all in the pot and mix it up together. So now that the spices have become fragrant and gorgeous, we're literally just gonna pop in some lentils. Tinned lentils are okay. And then most importantly, your beloved basmati rice.
Love it.
And we've got a bit of a trick to make it quicker. We are using the pre-steamed rice as well. So this doesn't have to go in the microwave. You can certainly put it in the pan and heat it up here too.
Looks good, huh?
Yeah, oh.
All right, bit of spinach because we need some veggies in there too. All right, now it's going to put the lid on top and that's going to help it to steam and the spinach should just wilt.
Okay.
Only takes a minute or so. All right, the spinach looks perfectly wilted now and that is ready to serve.
It looks fantastic. Looks really good.
And I love how fluffy every individual grain of basmati rice is.
Yes.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Definitely. Looks
Now,
beautiful.
a little cheek of lime to serve with that. And there you go. Quick and easy weeknight dinner. Jonathan, what do you think?
Oh, look, it looks good, it smells great, and you know, it's so quick and easy to make. So I think even after I come home from work, I could make this.
Perfect. You get the night off.
Yeah, high five.
We're back to share some great pesto tips.
Kimberly and Jonathan's family love Italian food and they love pesto, but there's a couple of tips and tricks to make sure you're using it the right way.
The first tip is how to open the jar. Give it a tap on the edge of the board. And there you go, that easy to open. Pesto is not only for pasta, but you can actually use it as a salad dressing. You're just going to water it down just to loosen it a little bit.
Really important when you are doing a chicken and pesto dish, remember the pesto goes on the chicken after you've cooked it because you never cook pesto. It'll separate and become greasy and you'll ruin that beautiful emulsification.
And there you have our top 3 tips on how to use pesto and a great new way to cook with it in a salad dressing. So you guys as a family love Italian food, but Jonathan, I know you love your meat. So Bella and I have a vegetarian dish that has so much flavour, we swear you're not going to miss it.
Let's see, the proof's in the pudding.
Okay, so a nice, decent amount of butter for flavour, and then we've got some onion and garlic. So that goes in. We're going to let that sweat with a big pinch of salt. Now, while that cooks, we're going to start to add in our arborio rice. And I'm going to use the Italian nonna's method of measuring, which is 1 handful of rice per person. But for you, Jonathan, I think we need...
2, maybe 3.
3 handfuls? Okay.
Yeah.
And we want to wait until the rice becomes slightly translucent and it's absorbed that butter and onion flavour.
Sounds good.
So you see there's like almost like a little dot in the centre of the rice and the outside of it will become a little bit translucent.
Okay, now that that's translucent, we can start adding in ladlefuls of hot veggie stock. And it's very important to have hot stock, otherwise you cool down the pan and it's going to take too long to cook.
Okay. Okay.
And once that's absorbed, we can add in our next ladleful of hot veggie stock.
Smelling really good.
Okay, another ladleful goes in.
So as you can see, it's a much shorter grain of rice, but arborio is actually more starchy. And what happens is those little grains of rice rub up against each other like this, and they release that starch, just rubbed off the side, and that's what releases into the sauce and gives us that beautiful creamy texture. And there's actually no cream inside a risotto. It's just the creamy texture from that gorgeous rice. Creamy and delicious. Now for the big punch of flavour, it's all coming from the basil pesto. So it's perfectly in season and so full of flavour. So I don't think you're going to be missing the meat at all. But a really important tip when you are cooking with pesto is that you do stir it through off the heat because it's emulsified. So that essentially means that it's got nuts and oil and the herbs that have been blended together to a smooth consistency. It splits if you heat it up. So if you're making anything at home, make sure you don't actually cook with pesto. It always goes in off the heat. Pop a whole lot of this in. All right, Sammy, you want to give that a stir?
Oh, yeah.
And then, last but not least, frozen peas. And with the peas, it's the same thing. Put them in off the heat because they don't need to be cooked, they just need to be warmed through.
Okay, so you can see that's beautiful runny consistency and that's ready to serve. So we're going to ladle it out, and the Italians serve their risotto on a plate, not in a bowl. And it's so that you can see that beautiful runny consistency.
How good does that look?
Yes, yes.
And that is perfect for the family. It's naturally gluten-free, there are no preservatives in it, and I think the meat man's gonna love it. But as we said before, the proof is indeed in the pudding.
Yes, it
Would
is.
you like to have a try?
Why not?
I'll hold it for you. Please be good.
It's really good.
Really good.
And what do you think? Do you think you could cook this for the kids and they'll like it?
Definitely.
Yeah?
So much flavour.
Great. If you're anything like Kimberly's family or Bella and I, you hate waste. So this is a great hack on something to make out of your leftover risotto. To make the arancini, the risotto needs to be cold. Create even-sized balls.
Pop some olive oil in the breadcrumb mix. We're using gluten-free flour,
Roll in egg wash.
gluten-free breadcrumbs. Just make sure they're not touching each other. It's ready, Sammy. And some salt.
Yes, of course. Yum, Bella. They look great.
And too easy to make out of leftover rice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're back at Kimberly and Jonathan's house to sort out their kitchen storage chaos.
Okay, so we've got lots of goodies for Jonathan and Kimberly, and I think these are going to be a great help for all their storage problems.
And we've got some brand new leftover containers, which are perfect for the kids because they get reactions, and these ones are BPA free, so they're much better.
Okay, Bella, let's get stuck into the pantry first. All right, the pantry. How do we even start to attack this? We're just going to pull everything out maybe, or...
Exactly, just pull it all out and then we'll put it all back in neatly.
Yes, this is what I want.
We're gonna have a separate container for sweet treats. That's the naughty stuff.
Okay, Bella, all done over here.
All right, I'm almost there. Just the chopping boards and
We've got a few final touches to come still.
they're ready to go.
Everyone needs a great casserole pan in the kitchen. And in this casserole pan, they can make the khichdi we taught them and an array of other great family dishes. So it's going to be a lifelong piece in the kitchen. Okay, lead them in, Bella. Eyes closed. All right, guys. Open up.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
Great.
Wow.
Very organised, isn't it?
Yes, I can see everything.
I can see the back of the wall.
Well, there is actually more space.
Yes, there is. Yeah, it looks awesome.
That's so good.
Your pantry and your fridge was a pretty big mess. So what we did is we brought in a whole bunch of storage boxes to clean it all up, and we've actually categorised every single box.
So this box is for sauces and vinegars. There you've got all your rices. Here you've got all your breakfast items. And then Sammy has worked some magic with your baking.
Yes, I've given your baking section a bit of a spruce. We've actually popped some of the tubs on top of the shelving just because we thought you needed that extra bit of space. Okay, so we've cleaned up the fridge as well. As you can see, you've got lots of space. And you guys had so many leftovers. So what I actually did is popped all of your leftovers on these great drawers that slide out. They've actually got wheels on the back. And now you can easily access all of your leftover containers, even the ones right at the back. So no forgetting anything.
So handy.
And then we've got all your jams and spreads in here.
The good thing about those baskets is they actually have air holes in them, so it's still going to let the fridge circulate the air, so the fridge is still going to work properly and keep everything nice and chilled.
Great.
Yeah.
Looks amazing, guys.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. So guys, you've got the tools, you've got an organised kitchen. Are you going to get back in the kitchen and cook some of those traditional Indian dishes?
Oh, definitely. This will really get us started.
Great. No excuses then. We're very happy to hear that.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
And we want to come over for dinner.
Yes.
All
You're
right.
very welcome.
Yeah.
Gotta cook for us. We'd love to eat your food.
Okay, awesome.
You do. Absolutely love it. The girls have done an awesome job.
Great job.
It'll really encourage us to get in there and try out some new dishes and get some more veggies in there. Thank you, Sammy and Bella, for
Thank you, Sam and
rescuing
Bella.
our kitchen. Love it.
Lifesavers.